Well, the Chinese spy balloon and maybe the latest thing, whatever it is, that was shot down over Alaska, straining the tense relationship between the U.S. and Beijing. Right after the first takedown, China, we are told, even refused to answer a call from Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin on a special crisis hotline about it. But now we're finding out that China's been sending these balloons over 40 countries for years. Michael Pillsbury joins us, Senior Fellow for China Strategy at the Heritage Foundation. First question, Michael, I mean, why wasn't this, if they've been doing this for years, why wasn't it exposed before now? Has there been an effort, do you think, to diplomatically try and protect China, to let people know that they're flying friggin' balloons all over the place?
That's one possibility, Eric, but I think more likely is the overall mindset that's still dominant inside Washington's bureaucracy, that China is our friend. We need to cooperate on climate change, a series of things like that. The other part of the response is if they're snooping on ICBM silos and B-2 bases, it means they're getting nuclear targeting information. They don't trust getting maps from the local AAA. They want to know precisely where these silo doors are. And we have been vulnerable because we have not had missile defense against China. We don't build enough interceptors to stop the Chinese missile force from attacking America. We don't have the radar coverage either. But I think this is a big deal, and the idea of playing it down, that this is no big deal, strikes me as just very geopolitically erroneous.
What you just laid out is incredibly frightening and chilling, especially the fact that this latest so-called vehicle, about the size of a car, entered our airspace, our sovereign airspace, before it was even detected by NORAD, we were told. What does that tell you about a potential surprise Chinese attack? The fact they can't find a car, they don't know that a car has entered our airspace.
Well, there's been an attitude that the Cold War has been over for 30 years. We don't need to think about missile defense or the nuclear balance of power. But I can tell you from my own work on Chinese military writings, they now see the really historically important shift in the balance of power. That China is beginning to become equal to America in a large number of indicators, supercomputers, artificial intelligence, some military areas. So our side can't believe that. We think we're permanently the #1 power in the world. It's not true. The Chinese, at least, perceive that they're equal and even ahead of us in some areas. And this kind of balloon behavior fits right in with their sense of superiority, or at least equality with us.
And finally, Michael, we're told that this latest incident is something that about the size of a car, 40,000 feet lower than the balloon, may not be a balloon. Could it be a new stealth type of vehicle, something from China? What does your gut say this could be?
Well, the main thing is that there is a global Chinese intelligence collection program largely against America. They openly see us as their military enemy. So these programs are designed to improve the effectiveness if China has to attack us. It's a little bit like the Marine fighter pilot mentioned that the Japanese did this before Pearl Harbor. They did a very careful diagnosis of where all the ships were parked in Pearl Harbor before they bombed them. This could be something like that, a purely military intelligence look at American weaknesses. That's what I fear the most, Eric.
Well, we certainly hope it is not, but it sounds like it very well could be. Confronting Beijing, this is the challenge for the new century.